same color, different shades. It gets cold out here, everybody's blue. It gets cold out here, everybody's blue.
Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in.
Jus Riffin.
Tuesday afternoon at 2 p.m. That's EST.
Jus Riffin.
Special guest and tech and talk, a musicology.
Jus Riffin.
Coming to you live at the same time here every week.
Jus Riffin.
Jump in the room, let's chop it up. It really ain't that deep.
Jus Riffin.
What's up, everybody? We are back. It's another Tuesday. This is Jus Riffin. We see you, bro. We see you, Cookie.
I wanted to make sure I didn't have turmeric on my lips. I just drank a turmeric drink, and it's like, I'm like, do I have turmeric on my face? Anyway.
Yeah, most definitely. Anyway, this is Jus Riffin. Whoops. We do this every Tuesday afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, powered by Rug Radio. And I am one of your hosts, Hefner. I got Cookie Rabinowitz in the building with me, as you can tell and as you can see. And today we are bringing back a very special guest, and I'm probably messing his name up, but it's Gergely Fabian. We just call him G because it's easier to say. And I want him to correct me because I want to know how to pronounce his name properly. But we got Greg, we'll call him Greg. We got Greg on the show from Galaxis. He is the CEO of Galaxis, which is a content creator-based platform that allows creators to be in charge of their own stuff and make their own, earn their own money from using their services. So, and there's a lot of new things that are going on with Galaxis, and we're going to get into it with him today. First off, Cookie, how are you? How has everything been? I haven't spoken. I feel like I haven't spoken to you in a while because the holidays were around, and yeah, you know. So what's cooking? What's going on with you?
Face it, have you only call me when the market's up?
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I call you for, I'm like, what do I do? Do I sell? Do I?
And then my response is always the same. How the fuck do I know?
You're like, I'm holding till zero. I'm holding till zero.
I hold till zero, or I just, I actually, or is it hodl? I hodl.
Jus Riffin.
I'm not sure, but whichever way you want to say it, you got it. Speaking of getting it, you have been constantly working on an app. You've been working on this project, this continuous album project. So I'd love to get an update for everybody that's out there watching. And first of all, thanks everybody for tuning in and to hang out with us and watch us. But Cookie, what's up with your project? Give us an update.
Oh man, I'll make it brief, but I'm really excited about it. So I soft launched my app, and so far so good. I do have to, it's a soft launch, so I'm nipping and tucking some things and tweaking some things. But
by the way, great show, Nip and Tuck, old school. Go ahead, keep going.
But it's pretty much aligned with everything I intended it to be so far. So, and there's lots of like hidden gems in there for people who actually care about my music, which is all I really want to interact with. Like, it's funny because I built something on blockchain rails, and there's nowhere in the app that even mentions blockchain or NFTs or tokens or anything, but it's all in there. And to me, that's the way I wanted to do it. So I don't know, like, I'm really excited about it. And I got to give a shout out to Privy. They make a really good product that makes it easy for you to do things like that. We're not sponsored by them or anything. They don't even know who the fuck I am. But as somebody who's been coding something that's pretty intense, their protocol that they built is fucking off the chain while being on the chain. So I think that's really cool. And music wise, I'm grinding it out, a lot of shifts at the day gig, at the strip club DJing, but in between then I've been getting a lot of new music done. And it's definitely I've definitely grown as an artist. And it's funny, I want to comment on this. I saw a little skit a few years ago. It was a conversation with, I forget his name, the talk show guy and Seinfeld. One of those guys, he talks
Johnny
politics.
Carson.
No, it was recent. Bill Burr or Burr.
Bill Burr is a comedian. Yeah, red hair guy, bald guy.
Yeah. So he has a talk show. Does he have a talk show?
I have no idea.
So somebody sent me a clip. He does this interview show. It's with a group of people, but Seinfeld and him were talking about how, like, why songwriters suck after they're 35. You know, and it was kind of funny, but it's totally untrue.
I agree that it's untrue.
Yeah, they were making references but it was funny though. Their skit was, it's because I don't like this word. It's just a kind of cringy word, but they said that, like, artists, songwriters don't write good music because after they don't get horny after that. That's what they said, right? And they were making, it was a comedy type of thing, and they're, because, like, you need that kind of instinctual, native, primitive, you know, thing to, like, make great art. And
take a Viagra, make a song. That's my new slogan.
Well, I mean, I actually see their point, even though it was in jest or humor, but I see the humor in that. But and I don't like the word horny, but I would like to say that if it's being horny that makes you great new songs, I'm feeling pretty horny right now.
Jus Riffin.
That's a great videogram right there. We're gonna just clip that up. If anybody's out there, please clip that, and let's get Cookie Rabinowitz viral, because he definitely wants to go viral.
Not with that, man. Not with that.
Yeah, with that. Let's get into this, man. I wanted to talk about somebody today.
Sound check. Check 1, 2, 2.
Hefner's gonna bless the mic.
Sound check.
Hey, riffing on a Tuesday night.
Sound check.
It's not Tuesday night.
Somewhere it is, right?
Yeah, somewhere it is. Yeah, it's Tuesday night somewhere. Yeah, hey, you know what? Good point. Good point. So we do this sound check is basically, you know, where we get a chance to chat about, you know, or put a spotlight on a particular artist. And so I'm going to play a little something from this person as well, just a little of them riffing, because, you know, we don't want to get copywritten here. But the person I'm going to talk about today is Anderson .Paak. And Anderson .Paak, if you're unfamiliar, he is one of the most versatile, like, singer, rapper, musician, drummer. He plays drums and sings at the same time. You know, he is definitely unique in that aspect, because I play drums and it's not easy to do it. You have to be. It's a lot of practice, and you have to be seasoned, because your brain is doing a million and one things, especially if you're playing drums. You know. Same with guitar playing. Cookie, you can contest, because playing guitar and then singing, you know, while your fingers and hands are doing something different than your voice and your vocal cords are doing. So yeah. Anyway, so Anderson .Paak, you know, he's this singer, drummer, producer, performer. He blends soul, funk, hip hop, R&B, live instrumentation, you know, and really into a style that's his own, you know, which makes him stand out. And he's got a tremendous amount of energy on stage. Like I said, he's just a seasoned veteran to me, and he's performed with, you know, the best of the best: Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, Bruno Mars, you name it. And he's been at the Grammys. He's just done a plethora of things on a scale, on a major scale, right? So a lot of people know who he is, you know. And you know, I think what a lot of people do find, at least I find from him, is what I get from that is, like, his everything that's kind of together. It really gives me a sense of authenticity, opposed to a musician that's just doing it to make money. Like, you can really feel his passion. You can tell that he's got a lot of passion going into what he does. Okay, so wanted to play this little bit for everybody. Can you hear it? You can hear it?
Yep.
Great. And this is old, probably like 7 years old. I'll let it play for a minute here. So you could tell like he's just not playing your traditional 4/4. I mean, the timing is in 4/4, right? But he's not playing your typical, you know, beat that people would play on a song. So I really much respect to Anderson .Paak, and so that's my sound check for today. Big up to Anderson .Paak.
Love him, love him. Yeah, all of his drum grooves I just love so much. He's got great. I just love his hi-hat work and a lot of the accents and the ghost notes and stuff and all that stuff
Yeah.
you're talking about. I mean, 4/4. Like I pretty much like everything in 4/4. I don't really. I mean, I have a couple songs I wrote in some different time signatures, and I like to listen to some songs, different time signatures. But I mean, guys that like are just making odd meters and stuff just to be different. That doesn't really move me. But there's so many ways to create a great feel and a groove in 4/4. It's all about the accents and it's all about the hi-hat work when you're a drummer. And it's just so amazing because I mean, this guy is like one of my favorites. And I wouldn't even say of current day. It's just like I've dug deep into his music and he's just so fucking talented. His drumming, his singing, his songwriting. He's an amazing songwriter as well. Just like I mean, he's going to be around for a long time, and he just keeps getting better. Love him.
Just keeps getting better. And I wanted to add also, what takes it, a lot of it is the timing. He's got great timing. So there's plenty of drummers that are out there that play this way. And I consider myself, not to be braggadocious, but I consider myself one of those type of drummers where I like to share in the groove. I like to hear what's happening and I will make the signature odd. I'll make that time odd by filling in, by playing these particular things. And that to me is why I love Anderson .Paak. And there's also another drummer by the name of Nate Smith. These guys, and those are just two. There's a plethora of drummers that are out there. There's a lot of amazing drummers, all right? So I'm not just saying these guys are the best in the world, but they're on top of things. And the way that they play, like you said, with ghost notes and the fills and the accents, the dynamics of how they're playing, how they're hitting, so and where they're hitting. That's what I love about it, is that there's no, you just kind of don't know where it's going to go. They're having fun with the music that they're listening to while they're playing to it.
Yeah, man. I'm so glad you talked about him. I don't know. I'm a total fan of him. I love his music. I would say he's probably my favorite like artist that came out in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
At least in the genres of music I listen to. I know there's so many great artists out there, but the stuff that I like to listen to when I'm chilling out or just to get my groove on or whatever,
That's right. He's got a really good voice too, which is, he's the whole package. Anderson .Paak is the whole package.
One other thing about him too is, one other thing about him too, which I really dig, which is a lot of like, Hendrix, for instance. Hendrix only recorded 3 albums, but has a shit ton of all kinds of recordings because he was so prolific in the studio. And you were mentioning that about Anderson .Paak. And he is involved in so many projects, except Bruno Mars, but he had, and No Worries and all these different projects he's done. It's just like the guy's in the studio right now cutting a song. Music. I have no doubt.
Yeah. When you're that type of musician, you just want to be around music all the time, and people that are playing want to be around a musician like you all the time. So it's contagious, infectious. I would say infectious grooves, So yeah, I mean,
great band. Remember that?
Another great band. Yeah. Mike Patton. What is his name?
Infectious Grooves. Was he? Wait, he was in Infectious Grooves?
He was.
I remember the band. I remember the songs. I didn't realize that was him in there for some reason.
That was Faith No More. What was the name of the band?
No. I thought Infectious Grooves was the dudes from the Deftones, or maybe I'm wrong about that. No,
the dudes from the Deftones were in another group called.
They were in another band too.
Yeah, it was. Oh, geez, Chino was. Yeah, they were both kind of that down tempo. Hold on one second. I know once I see it, I'll friggin' know.
That album Infectious Grooves had what was it? Sarcophagus something. I don't know, but
I don't know, but they were on another. Oh, Team Sleep was the name of the other.
Yeah.
I was getting them confused because also Maynard from Tool is in another band called Perfect Circle, and I was getting them both confused. So Team Sleep is the other band from Chino, and then Infectious Grooves was Mike Patton, and I think the other band was Faith No More, right? What was the name of his?
Mr. Bungle was Faith
Oh,
No
he did
More.
Mr. Bungo too. That was another band.
I'm not sure. Was he Infectious Grooves though? Now I'm Googling that now because for some reason my memory strikes me wrong. I mean, but
Oh.
let's American Funk Group, Mike Muir, initially side project, Suicidal Tendencies. That's who it was. Infectious Grooves was Suicidal Tendencies. They're that guy's other gig.
Oh, Infectious Grooves. Why was I thinking so? Well, maybe I was thinking Mr. Bungos. I don't know. I get them all confused. So yeah, that's what it is. So sorry everybody for the mix up. It's like so many things going on with these bands sometimes. But Mike Patton, yeah. So he doesn't have any official role in Infectious Grooves. It was Mr. Bungle, and yeah, the dude from Suicidal Tendencies. You're right. Was the dude from Infectious Grooves. But Infectious Grooves was really dope. Also, that was another dope band. So. Yeah, big ups. Let's get into it with our guest for today. Today we welcome back Greg from Galaxis. Welcome back to the show, Greg. How you feeling today? So good to see you.
How you doing?
Yeah, Greg is in Europe, so there might be a little bit of a delay, everybody. So just bear with us.
Yeah, for me it's Tuesday night, so.
Tuesday night. That's right. Things are right. What do you did you already eat dinner?
Yeah.
You did. What'd you have for dinner?
Kebab.
Kebab?
Yeah.
I love it, man.
Nice.
Yeah. So wait, where are you in the world? Where are you again? Where are you located?
Budapest, Hungary.
Oh.
Funny, never heard it.
Oh my gosh, dude, so funny. Okay, so I had a friend of mine that worked in the porn industry, and he was from Hungary, and I called him Hungary, just as a joke. Anyway, that was my joke for the day. Hope I did not disappoint anybody in the audience. Welcome to the show, Greg. So tell us, since the last time we spoke with you with Galaxis, which I'm happy to know that Galaxis is still around, in this volatile and fickle market that we're in, and industry. Companies come and go really, really fast. But glad to see that you have had the sustainability to stick around and to be around, and stay on the path of what it is that you guys have built in the first place, which is a platform for creators, content creators. So first, if you want to just take us into a little bit of what Galaxis does, and then the new stuff that has arisen from Galaxis.
Yeah, thanks. So Galaxis, I mean, that's the hardest part to explain, but what we are doing basically is we have built a platform on a blockchain, on multiple blockchain actually, that can be like an engagement layer. So it helps for communities, content creators to engage with their members, to engage with their fans. And that's what we have been perfecting. That's what we have been building. And that's what we have been developing for in the past 9 months as well. So basically, the heart of this system the heart of this platform is the membership card. So everybody who is a member basically get an NFT. It's a membership card, and it's yours. So it's not a login. It's not a profile that can be stolen or hacked, like just happened. Like I think last week was Iberia, like the airlines, the Spanish airlines, and previously Qantas, the Australian. So you lose your data, and it's not really safe here. What we have with this membership card is true ownership, so true proof of ownership to be a member. And this is a dynamic NFT, so you can have a lot of fun on it. Earn badges, reward community members with badges, get loyalty points, get tokens, get to a next level. So that's a lot of fun.
Let me ask you, because I think this is all great. I am 100% behind anything that's where it's a loyalty program, because I really feel like you want people to engage in your content, or with your content, or whatever it is with your platform. You got to give back a little bit, because otherwise they're going to come and hang out for a little bit and then they're going to move on to something else. But I think if you want to keep them engaged, giving back, like supporting them as they're supporting you, I'm 100% about that. Now, when you're talking about this being, first of all, what blockchain is it backed by? Because I know that there's several. So maybe let's get into that. I want to know what blockchain it is that the creators are allowed to choose, how they're giving the NFTs away, or the badges away. And then how does that work? Do they create their own badge and upload it? How are these things created? And how like, how much freedom does the content creator have with creating loyalty tiers or programs to give away things like points?
So this is where it gets exciting, actually, what we have been building here. And first of all, you're absolutely right. And in the past 9 months, I read a lot of psychology book and studies, and it's really about engagement, what matters. And it has the psychology. First is the emotional attachment that you can create with gamification and fun design and so on. So even the badges, like if you had like a nice, cool visual design of badges, that creates an emotional attachment. That's worked very well with psychology. The second thing is cognitive psychology. Sorry for being too scientific, but basically habit formation. So if you keep doing the same thing, like Pavlov dog, it gets a habit, so people get used to it. And there are scientific.
Not to cut you off, but I want to chime in on that. In pop music, they say that same psychology is why a lot of shitty songs become popular, because the radio play it, you'll hear it and be like, whatever, and then you hear it like 10 times on the radio, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I kind of like this. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I just wanted
to. For you, there is a study that said that during a streaming, if you had gamification, it results in 40% retention. 4-0. So that's really matters on the part. So that's the science. We're on Ethereum mainnet, Base, Polygon, Abstract. Recently began to Abstract, and on Arbitrum.
So there's several different chains that they can choose from to utilize. Now, let's say you want to do something on Ethereum, and then you wanted to do something on Base. Can you do that, or once you pick one, you have to stick with that?
As a member or a creator?
As a creator.
As a creator, then you can create another community, a new community.
So, but each community has to be on a specific chain, and that's it. Once it's locked to that chain, it's locked to that chain. Makes 100% sense there. Totally understand that. And then give me an example of, a content creator has a channel, and give me an example of their loyalty program. What are they doing different? How can they utilize the loyalty program, the badges, and anything else? Like how does it work? How is it set up for?
It's a no-code platform, so even I can do it. I'm an economist by study, by learning, but so no programming. But even I can do it. It's a no-code way. What's gonna be cool, and it's still in the kitchen, so it didn't come live, is that there's gonna be a stronger AI support where actually you just prompt it and you can create the pictures, and even your customers, your members can create their own membership card with AI. And this can be cooler actually, because Christmas is coming, and for the same picture, actually, they can do a picture of like you have. And Christmas is coming, and okay, so you want to change the picture for with a Santa Claus hat, and the AI just perfectly fits into, so it doesn't look like just like a horizontal fitting, but actually as you wear it. So that's I've seen on staging and on the dev. That's gonna be pretty cool actually. What differentiate us from others. Actually, we were the first project back in 2021, and we should have a social media about it, because we created the first dynamic NFT, and it was the Lamelo Ball collection. So the 6'7" guy from what is it called, from the NBA. He was then the rookie of the year.
NBA?
Charlotte Hornets, yeah, the Charlotte Hornets guy.
Oh, LaMelo Ball.
Yes, and he was we created the first dynamic NFT. So this NFT, this membership cards are actually dynamic, and it creates a lot of fun. And during the summer, we created, and I think we are first, I never seen that, the interactive badges. This gets very interesting. So how you want to make a loyalty program? You make a streaming like this. What the interactive badge is doing is actually you have members, they have an NFT, and during the streaming you just push a turn on button, and all of the cards who are members, an interactive badge, we call it stream catcher, appears. And when the streaming is over, it's over, it disappears from the NFT. And if there is these badges on there, you can click on it and say you have a question, like a quiz question, that what's the word behind you, or what are you wearing, and you have to answer for the question, and you get a reward, or you get it. So it's not like that you have a million users and out of that 99% is a bot, but you really can engage the true customers, the true viewers. You can reward them. You can give them extra tasks, or you can have some engagement from them, and it happens during the streaming. And I never seen that in other applications, but in our ecosystem, on our platform, you can easily do that. And the reason is why, it's because when you create a community, and actually, Cookie, we learned a lot from you from the previous show. Actually, when you create a community, it's you get your own server. So it's not like Discord or any other, I don't want to name them. It's actually your server. And if you go to the page of your admin page, you see there webhook, API. So you can customize it with everything you want, basically. So it's like a toolkit for you. It's like a playground. And since today, and that's why it's specific show, since today, we created the system, we upgraded the system. So even the front end you can customize. So create a community, it's on Galaxis. You go there, and it's not like a Facebook group or whatever, but you can really have your own website, basically, using Galaxis infrastructure. And you can, I don't know, connect through API with a customer relations management system, or any gamification tool, Zili, or whatever you want, API it, and you create your own little planet in Galaxis, on Galaxis. So that's, I think it's very unique in the sense. And for instance, when you create this stream catcher, it's yours. It's the stream catcher of community. We have nothing to do with that. We don't see that. We cannot influence that. It's on your own server that you create. Even the founder made it public, so open source the code what he just has made for the first stream catcher. You can copy that. You can create your own and just play with it.
Yeah,
I think that's a good thing, because you look at streamings, they have YouTube has some basic gamification, but first is advanced. Second, the internet is full with people who violated some terms and conditions, even a travel blog, and they are losing 200,000 followers, subscribers from one day to another. And it's full. You can see Reddit. Even our intern Rolly, he had like 80,000 subscribers, and just one day they just turned down. They just shut down his YouTube page. And third, we take 5%, not 50% from this.
understood. Go ahead, Cookie.
I just want to ask. So when you say the stream catcher, is this the huddle thing you were referring to, or is this
No,
something different?
no, that's even separate. That's even separate. So yes, we integrated the streaming. That's the Huddle. That's a decentralized streaming. It's pretty good guys actually. So it's worth trying Huddle. We like that. We like the cooperation with them. It's every streaming you do. So you can do right now on the streaming, because what happens? You have a community on Galaxis. You start the stream catcher, and I'm a member. So I will see on my card, and we did the demo live on the first day. You see on the card the badge, and that's only during the streaming. But you can do it on streaming. I mean, that's a huge business. Think about Steam. Think about YouTube, and you can do even on live events, like if you have a game day or whatever. And you want some engagement for free beer or whatever things, but that's something that it's, again, going back to my first thoughts. You engage the people, it means retention, because psychologically you create an emotional attachment to the community.
I got a question here in regards to this Galaxis launch edition that we got, you guys sent to us from the last show.
We killed it.
You killed it. Okay, so it's no longer,
because that was deemed to be a barrier, and we wanted to make just as simple and smooth the community creation.
okay, just didn't know.
Obviously, if you want to get APIs, that requires some programming skills, but we are there to help. So that's our utility that we
Okay.
are.
Yeah, because I really I would like to test the waters this time around with our show being on the Galaxis platform. So I don't know if we need help with that or what, how it works, but
normally you shouldn't need help, but if you need, we are here. But normally you could. We did I think today was the largest upgrade where we created this mothership, where we actually brought live this mothership concept. So we have the mothership. There are the community servers, the separate community servers, which are customizable. It's really owned by you. It's not our data. We have nothing to do with the data.
okay.
We don't have algorithm on the website, so it's not like we start talking about cat, and the next time you see on your page is a cat food advertisement. So that's something that it makes good, and it's like it sounds obvious, but
so I just want to chime in there. I think that's so cool because I mean I think the algorithms are cool because sometimes, hey, I talk about cats. I want to see more about cats sometimes, but I think it's really cool that you guys are going the other way with it, because it gives people the option to just find what they can really just curate what they want to curate, like the system, the mothership, if you will.
No
It's not
influence.
curating for them. Yeah, that's really cool. I like that, man.
And that for us creates, I think, a lot of opportunities that we have been discovering, because it's not just about content creators, but there are many use cases that we have been discovering right now. Loyalty cards itself is a huge discovery. It's a huge market. I mean, because everybody needs a loyalty card. They want to make loyalty. I mean, talking about brands. And that's something we have been discovering, but that's a very interesting journey. I'm not a degen by birth, so I was previously a central banker finance guy. But it's interesting to see that when you try to explain this whole concept to let's say a Web2 marketing team, that they are considering loyalty card, and now I think what we have is a competitive product to have a Web3 adoption, but still to explain people, to see how it's working, and to see their mindset and what they are thinking of specification. That's a very interesting thing. Also, very interesting use case, and I don't want to bore with you that, but healthcare system. So basically what we have is a living ID, if you think about it, because membership card is an ID itself within your community, within your ecosystem. You can have right now in Web3 many options for safe data storage, even in a decentralized way. So you actually own your healthcare, medical data, which is the most sensitive data of yourself. So think about it. You have an ID which is combined with basically a loyalty system. It's a living ID in a sense that it's dynamic. It can change. It can evolve. It's storing digital records. It can store digital points. It can store medical records, and you just use it for healthcare research, clinical research, or you just using just when you go to hospital or when you go abroad skiing. You break your leg, and you just show your ID, and they know everything about your conditions if you give consent.
Greg, let me chime in on that, because I think that's really cool, and I think using the power of the trustless ledger that way is such a great use case. However, and I know some people have been working on things, but like you said, they're the most sensitive type of data is your health records. Using it for seamless connection to different services you use, whether it's finding a medical provider or I think it's a great use case. But is there tech that has privacy because it's on a public ledger, so to speak? Do they have tech yet made that keeps it private?
Yeah, we hide the private data behind hash. So whatever is on public, it's just basically the hashes. So we can hide the sensitive data and yet transact for that. And so that's working pretty well. And we combine with AI. So basically AI is just summarizing, making a profile, profiling you for yourself, explaining what's happening. What's in the data. I mean, some of the things, if you look at, you have like 20 lines of like if you had some testing or blood testing, and it helps you explaining, and it helps you summarizing for the doctor as well. So that's a very interesting, that's a very promising use case for the membership card actually that we have been discovering, and there are lots of potentials because basically it's your ID within the ecosystem, and what we create is a living ID that's combined with engagement.
Cool.
Well, what about like a store? How can you earn from your channel, from your server, from your channel on Galaxis? Can I sell a T-shirt?
We have subscription.
Okay.
That starts subscription. So if somebody is a subscriber, it gets more perk, more exclusivity. Actually, even Huddle. That's why we like Huddle, the streaming, because you can get token-gated content. So some of the things are like if you have like just a private call or private meeting with and it's only for subscribers, that can happen. So that's pretty much like Patreon, but on a Web3 basis. So subscription is one of the
ways you can monetize.
You can make like an entry ticket as well. So for minting a membership card, you can ask money. And there is shop, so you can sell all kind of badges or whatever you want to sell actually as a digital asset. Actually, it can be physical. So even we did with, Hello Labs, the Killer Whales show, we did the same with them. We integrated their token. It's the Hello token, and in the shop you could buy badges, and with the badges you get discount for merch, or you could buy directly merch like a hoodie. And it's a physical redeemable, so then it gets a normal web shop when you redeem the badge, and you get in Shopify the way you get the hoodie, but you pay with Hello token, so you pay with your own utility token, your own community token.
I like
That's
that.
pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I was wondering, getting back to the streaming thing, because that really interests me for some reason. So if they have a subscription to Galaxis, like a creator, then they can token gate streams from Huddle. Now, if they host a stream from Huddle, though, do people in other words, users, there's, to me, it always seems friction, and it's not as intuitive, and it's not even good for the creator. Like if the creator is trying to host everything, let's say on their Galaxis site,
Yeah.
and then they have a huddle stream that's token gated. Do they go to the Galaxis site and then they have to break out into huddle for the stream, or is huddle embeddable right in within Galaxis, so it's all native?
It's integrated, so yeah, it's like part of Galaxis, what you see actually. Yeah, the token gate. I mean, we obviously have some ideas, but what was our experience actually, that some of the perks, they really matter for people, because we're talking about fans. So one of our classic example, we worked with Mike Tyson, the Mike Tyson NFT, Corey Fowler, actually from Miami, Corey. He created this NFT collection for Mike, and one or two NFT, one specifically was eligible, that you could go to Mike Tyson ranch and to have a training with him. And the guy so much liked the experience. Actually, he just paid for the experience, not the NFT. But so much like the experience that he became an angel investor in our company. So that's like, really, you can get some perks for the subscriber, some exclusive content, exclusive perks, and that's a revenue. But that's not what we discovered. I mean, that's the whole concept of Patreon, actually.
Cool.
Most definitely. What is your channel about? That's what I want to know.
My channel.
Yeah, what's your channel? What's going on your channel?
I have a testing channel actually. It's called Celavi. It's I have a sailing ship, and so I just testing on that. How can this, and it's a small business, so we rent out on the summer. It's quite popular. They're paying people to go and to have sailing on it's one of the largest lake in Europe, here in Hungary. So I created this test community just for testing the functionalities. I still have to upgrade. I don't have so much time on that because I'm convincing people on other use cases. But but actually that proves the fact that even for small communities like book clubs, wine clubs, cigar clubs are very interesting. I mean, talk with some of the cigar clubs because of regulation, it gets very interesting. But you can create this thing because it's all about the community. It's all about some exclusive perks. So it makes sense on and I pretty much like the idea that it's very well usable and functionable for smaller communities or local small communities. So it's not just for Web3 actually.
Now, how easy is it for the community member to get to the content creators page? Is there marketing tools for the content creator, or are they on their own having to market their own channel on Galaxis? And then how easy is it for that community member to join, to follow, to subscribe, and get involved?
I'm always telling, and I'm more and more telling, that it's not we're not an exclusive channel. We're not asking exclusivity. It's a complement. So you have your X, you have your YouTube, but for the more loyal people, the people who are interested in doing more within the community, we have this as a complement. And
is this an alternative to something like Patreon, or is this something that you would do
for content creators?
well?
It's absolutely an alternative. I think they can stay on Patreon, but I think we have more functions, and for that sort of missions, I think Web3 is much better than what Patreon has. And to join the community, it's very easy. You don't have to have a wallet actually, so you can join on email as well. We have this particle network integration, so there is like account abstraction. And actually, given that we're trying to get to traditional businesses and have loyalty cards, and traditional associations, and we have been talking anybody who has membership. We try to hide in the background the blockchain thing.
Right.
And you may curse for it, but that was our experience. That it's like we're working with a Swiss watch company. I think we're coming live very soon with them. That was the same situation, that they said that, okay, but I think 80% of our customers don't have a crypto wallet. So
yeah, it makes 100% sense. Cookie actually just built an app, and it's based around music, but it's also the same where, he has masked the whole, like, everything. So you don't have to think. You don't have to do any, like, there's no, like, awkwardness that comes along with crypto and blockchain today, right? I think soon it will be a household thing, and people will just be like, yeah, it's like,
definitely,
like brushing your teeth. But for now, yeah, I mean, that ease of use, which is what I think deterred a lot of people from maybe getting involved in NFTs or getting involved in the blockchain companies that are based around the blockchain. So I think that's great that you integrated that to where it's in the back door and they can sign up with an email very easily. They don't need to have a wallet.
Yeah, I also want to add to that too. Along with that, the comparison you made to Patreon, Hef. I think Patreon, when it first came out, it was super cool. A lot of artists use it. I never used it myself, but I actually subscribed to a lot of artists I dug that were using it, and teachers, music teachers and stuff, a lot of great stuff. But it does feel to me that whole way that they're doing things is kind of like outdated now. And it seems like what you guys are doing could be like a new future way of doing that type of thing. It just seems to me Patreon is kind of prehistoric. And no shade on them, because I think what they built and their mantra and their ethos of what they built was amazing for the time. But it just seems things are shifting more in this direction of what you guys are building. So I don't know.
Think about the musician that is like an emerging musician, and you support him or her. You get a badge, and when he or she becomes a star, you redeem that badge and you can go to the backstage or a VIP part. And it's stored on blockchain, so it's not like you lose the thing. This right for you, this is actually your own. So that's what we always telling, that, okay, people are cursing NFTs, and probably some of the things went very wrong with NFTs. But NFT is the technology where you can own a digital asset the same way like you own a physical asset, and that's brilliant. That's a brilliant technology. It's pretty. I think it's pretty thing that it's now it's becoming more like a curse word in a sense, because you create a lot of opportunities for that, and not to mention the royalty part which you can give, or a reward pool, let's call it. And whenever you want to solve the regulatory puzzle, but you can solve it and you can create really perks. In the meantime, you can support musicians, sportsmen, and you make it with the decentralization. You make it more democratic. You make it more. You give chance to people that you don't have to depend on as a musician. You don't have to depend on I don't know, some of the big players, some of the big companies, records companies, and so you see there are lots of points there. So I agree. Yeah.
Excellent, man. All right. Well, this is we're getting close to the end of the show here, Greg. And so first, I want to thank you, obviously, honestly, for your time. And I love chatting with you, man, because there's always something new when we have a conversation with what your company is doing with Galaxis. And I really just think it's awesome that you guys are just still, honestly, just doing it. Like, there's a lot of companies that are dead, that are in this industry, and they tried and it failed, and at least you have something that's viable and people can actually use it, and that's why it's sustaining. I know that you guys for the future are going to be totally building and building and building on top of this as time progresses. Like Cookie was mentioning, Patreon is sort of like a Jurassic kind of platform somewhat, unless they step it up and they add these certain particulars to whatever it is, right? To their platform. But I think it's great that you guys are doing this with the notion of the future in mind, because that's where it needs to go. That's where it's going, and that's where it needs to be, I believe. So I want to say thank you for doing that, and thank you for your time on the show with us. Before we let you run, is there anything let people know where they can go for Galaxis, and what they can expect, and if there's anything new, any parties going on, any release dates for anything, any alpha you can give us on Galaxis that you haven't done already today with us.
Oh, there are lots of actually, but you can check our X, so our Twitter page. You see the pin post. I think there are everything what you're looking for. We are running a staking program. I don't want to bore with you. I mean, just check.
No, dude, you're not boring us at all. I mean, I think people would want to know like how they can find you and how, and all these different
Galaxis.xyz, where you can find us, and let's try out. There are very interesting communities as well. We have been in talk to onboard more and more. Now we really get a focus from development to BD. There are lots of interesting things, like from German language teacher can create a community for Web3 and using our tech. So there are lots of, there is a guy in Amazonas who is doing like teaching for Brazilian teachers about blockchain. So you can create lots of communities. It's really all about creativity. So I do hope that the new features, people will like it and try it and join us. So, and we are on X. What we're gonna do is more gamification, and there is already a gamification with our Genesis NFT, the Ether cards, the so-called Ether cards. So you can check Ether cards, the Ether cards community, and actually you can make money with playing, with staking. So yeah, check the pages and hopefully we can meet like next time, maybe 6 months, and we can have another features to show you more features. Maybe there's gonna be since we are on abstract as well, maybe you will see some.
Yeah, that would be great, and I hope we can get our
community on the part. So.
Yeah, and I hope we can get Jus Riffin on there as well. Cookie and I, that's just really on Cookie and I, and we got to take time to do it and have the discussion on it and how we want to attack it. But I think it's really great that you're allowing content creators, giving them a platform to where everything kind of is, encompassed under one hub, in the sense that they can interject with their fans and create that loyalty program, which is very important to me. And I know a lot of people out there do believe in the loyalty program 100%. So I want to thank you very much, Greg, for coming on the show with us. Have an awesome rest of your night. And hopefully we'll be out to either see you in Miami or see you somewhere soon, or we'll be out in Budapest because Cookie's about to tour, and we got to get him to Europe. That's 100%.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Welcome.
Hey, yeah, and I just want to say I love where you guys are going with this stuff, man. It's cool. I think it's really cool. So
thank you, guys.
All right, take care. Awesome to have him on the show. Great to have Greg back with us. I want to thank everybody also for tuning in and hanging out with us. We talked a little bit of music today. We talked, this content creator platform called Galaxis. We talked about Cookie's music and things that are coming in the app. We'll get into. We got to do a show really when you're ready, Cookie, and so we can really just interview you and talk to you about.
Nobody wants to hear about that shit.
No, what do you mean? Yeah. I mean, it's a product that you've built, that you're building, and I think people we need to promote it, and I think people need to know about it. That's the whole purpose of why you did it. I think there's a purpose behind that. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This is Jus Riffin. Cookie, thank you always for your time. Any last parting words from you?
No, man, just a great time, man. I dig Galaxis building, and I appreciate everybody who's listened here. And we're gonna keep talking shit, so keep coming back.
That's right. 100%. Always. Ladies and gentlemen, we do this every Tuesday afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes it's just us. Sometimes we have guests on, but we like talking, and we just like talking to people and getting to know them and their businesses and how they can help, and or not. You know, we'll exploit those holes, and we'll fill those gaps with information. So yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out with us. We will see you next Tuesday. We're getting close to the end here. What does he say, Delicia Max? Here's what I built. Not nearly as nice as cookies work, but better than a crossword.
Yo,
right.
I didn't mean to post that. I thought there was a link to something I could check out of his, but I didn't see the link there. Where's the link?
I don't see it either. He's faking the funk on a nasty link.
Oh man. He just clickbaited me.
He did. He clickbaited. He made you click that. Yes. So, anyways, thank you everybody for hanging out with us. We will see you next Tuesday. Let me just change this banner, our backdrop, to that. And with that, I'll see you all next week. Peace.
Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in.
Just Riffin. Tuesday afternoon at 2 p.m. That's EST. Just Riffin. Special guest and tech and talk. A musicology. Just Riffin. Coming to you live at the same time here every week. Just Riffin. Jump in the room. Let's chop it up. It really ain't that deep. Just Riffin.